The night air over Los Angeles carried a tension that could almost be felt through the television screen. As the Dodgers prepared to face the Brewers, fans inside Dodger Stadium stood on their feet, waving blue towels and shouting until their voices cracked. It wasn't just another playoff game, it was a clash of momentum, pride, and legacy. The Brewers had waited years to reach this point, while the Dodgers, still chasing redemption after heartbreaks of past seasons, knew that every pitch tonight mattered more than words could express. From the very first inning, you could sense the electricity. Shohei Ohtani, standing tall in the on-deck circle, locked eyes with the Brewers' ace. Cameras zoomed in on his calm face, a picture of control before the storm. The Japanese fans in the stands held flags and banners with his name, their cheers cutting through the sea of English chants. Every time he stepped to the plate, the crowd buzzed like a wave crashing against the shoreline. The Brewers struck first. A line drive to left field brought home the opening run, silencing part of the crowd. But that silence lasted only seconds before the Dodgers fans responded with chants louder than ever. The Japanese broadcast commentators, their voices sharp with emotion, shouted, "Unbelievable start," as they narrated the moment in their signature dramatic tone. It wasn't just baseball, it was storytelling on a diamond. Ohtani's first at-bat brought the stadium to life again. The pitcher stared him down, the crowd fell into a hush, and then came that sound, the crack of the bat slicing through the air. The ball rocketed toward right center, soaring higher and farther until it smacked against the wall. A double. The crowd erupted. The Japanese commentator screamed, "Kita! Kita! It's here!" as Ohtani pumped his fist on second base, showing rare emotion. Freddie Freeman followed him, focused and determined. The Brewers tried to jam him with a fastball inside, but Freeman's quick swing sent it right back up the middle, bringing Ohtani home. The game was tied, 1-1, and the stadium thundered. You could feel the ground shake, a roar echoing from the stands to the dugouts. By the fourth inning, both teams had already used up so much energy that it felt like the game was entering its climax early. Pitchers from both sides were throwing heat. The Brewers' bullpen started warming up, a sign that even their ace couldn't last long under such pressure. Meanwhile, Ohtani was studying every pitch, every release, like a scientist dissecting motion. His ability to adapt mid-game was unmatched, and the Japanese announcers highlighted this brilliance with awe in their voices. Then came the turning point. Bottom of the fifth, runners on first and third, Ohtani at the plate again. The Brewers pitcher took a deep breath and fired a fastball high. Ohtani swung, and connected perfectly. The ball launched into the night sky, spinning toward the right field stands. The crowd rose, voices blending into one deafening explosion. Home run. 3 runs scored. Dodgers 4, Brewers 1. Ohtani rounded the bases with a calm smile, but his teammates exploded in celebration near the dugout. The Japanese broadcast booth went wild. The commentary became almost poetic, describing Ohtani's swing as a flash of lightning that tore through the night. Social media immediately lit up. Clips of the homer spread across Japan, where fans were watching past midnight, unable to take their eyes off their hero. The Brewers refused to fold. In the 7th inning, they began their fight back. A couple of singles, a walk, and suddenly the bases were loaded. The Dodgers called for a mound visit. The tension was suffocating. One mistake could change everything. The next pitch, a low slider, was hammered into left field. 2 runs scored. The Brewers bench came alive, fists pumping. Now it was 4-3, and the game was far from over. The Japanese commentators, even while narrating in excitement, couldn't hide their anxiety. "This is pure baseball drama," one said. The camera panned to Ohtani in the dugout, leaning on the railing, eyes sharp, thinking ahead. He wasn't done. When the Dodgers came up in the 8th, the stadium once again held its breath. Ohtani led off. The Brewers tried to pitch around him, refusing to give him a chance. But Ohtani, patient and confident, drew a walk. Moments later, Freeman's liner down the first base line extended the inning. Then came Mookie Betts, and with one perfect swing, he drove the ball deep enough for Ohtani to score again. Dodgers up 5-3. The Japanese announcers' voices cracked with joy. "Ohtani's base running. The heart of a warrior," they cried. Fans in Tokyo and Osaka sent out messages on social media saying, "He's doing it again. He's carrying them." In the 9th, it was time for the Dodgers' new closer to step up, the young phenom from Japan, Roki Sasaki. The crowd erupted when he jogged from the bullpen. The camera zoomed in on his intense expression, the weight of the moment heavy on his shoulders. This was his first postseason save opportunity in MLB, and against a team known for late-game comebacks. The first batter went down swinging, 102 miles per hour fastball right past him. The Japanese commentary described it like a bullet through the air. The next hitter managed a bloop single, but Sasaki didn't flinch. He wiped sweat from his forehead, took a breath, and unleashed another fastball that exploded in the catcher's mitt. Strike 2. Then a devastating splitter dropped at the last second, strike 3. 2 outs. The Brewers' last hope stepped up, their cleanup hitter, known for clutch hits. Sasaki's parents were watching live from Japan, their faces projected onto the big screen. The entire stadium rose to its feet. Sasaki's next pitch, 103 miles per hour. Swing and a miss. Another, fouled off. On the third, he threw a splitter that fell off the table. The batter swung helplessly. Game over. Dodgers win, 5-3. The stadium erupted into chaos. Ohtani ran out to hug Sasaki, both smiling in relief and triumph. Fans chanted their names as fireworks lit up the sky. The Japanese announcers shouted, "Victory for the Blue. Japan's heroes deliver again." After the game, Ohtani's interview was calm, humble, and powerful. He credited the team, praised Sasaki, and said, "We play for moments like this." His words echoed across Japan, where sports shows replayed his every gesture, every swing. Freddie Freeman praised Ohtani's leadership, saying, "He changes the whole energy when he's out there." The Brewers manager admitted, "We had no answer for him tonight." Back in the Japanese studio, analysts broke down every pitch, every decision. They admired how Ohtani's approach evolved, patience early, aggression later, and how Sasaki's fearlessness sealed the game. It became more than highlights, it was a story of trust, teamwork, and cross-cultural pride. Fans online called it, the night of the samurai spirit. Hashtags like hashtag Ohtani Magic and hashtag Sasaki Fire trended globally. Even American commentators noted how the Japanese broadcast captured emotions in a way that felt cinematic, every pitch felt like destiny. As the players left the field, Ohtani lingered a little longer, looking around at the roaring crowd. He tipped his cap, knowing how far he had come, from Japan to the biggest stage in baseball. It was a moment that transcended language, culture, and borders. That night, as the Japanese highlights replayed, the narration described it best: baseball unites hearts across oceans. And, tonight, two nations celebrate one victory. It wasn't just a Dodgers win. It was a moment when passion met perfection, when voices in English and Japanese rose together in awe. A game that began with tension ended with triumph, and a promise that this rivalry, this energy, would echo through the postseason and beyond.